All right, baby. We're
All
back.
right.
Still waiting on Lloyd. He got lost on his way to his room.
It's all right. It happens. Well, he was already in there, so he just kind of maybe he got up, walked away, and then got lost. Maybe he walked in circles and then just like forgot where to go.
I mean, but the show simply must go on without.
Maybe he went to the bathroom and got lost. I really don't know. I'm really not sure where he is.
No.
Nobody knows where Lloyd is.
We were just on live together for the past 20 minutes. And for 10 of those 20 minutes, all I talked about was SoBet Scoop, Twitch, SoBet Scoop, me, Lloyd, SoBet Scoop. Here we are, SoBet Scoop, no Lloyd. No Lloyd. Where is Lloyd?
I mean, the show must go on without him. He's definitely not a show-stopping personality like I am, so the show must go on.
The show.
Big slate today. I know we had honestly, we had a pretty good show last weekend. I know I'm the host. You guys are supposed to be the experts, but hey, I went 3-1. Everybody dogged me for the Niners pick. Everybody dogged me for the lock I had on the Ravens. You know, sometimes the boss just has to put down his foot and take the dogs, and I did. So, you know, another weekend in the NFL. We'll probably get some more dogs from me, but we'll hear what you guys got to say. Have round 2 for Guts. You know, sorry about that Dolphins loss. Hey, actually, we'll open it up with that. Guts, you were at the game. Talk to us about, you know, Bills Mafia, going to the Ralph, enemy territory, watching your trash team actually kind of stay in the game. Talk to us about the experience.
First things first, Lloyd might be backstage. Second thing is second.
Lloyd's backstage? All right, let me let him in. No, he's not. Yep, he is. All right, there he is.
And there he is.
I mean,
anyway,
ridiculous. Been backstage for 5 fucking minutes. I mean, what are we doing
here? Hey, when you show up 6 minutes late to the show, you're going to be backstage.
You got lost on the way to the show.
When you get lost on the way to the stage, you're going to be backstage.
So excited for the scoop. So excited for the scoop. And all I see is a bunch of boys coming on without me. I'm sitting here backstage. What? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Don't come at us. Don't come at us.
We just talked about it for 10 minutes.
Hey, you missed the intro to the show. Guts is on the stage right now. He's supposed to be talking his experience last weekend, going into enemy territory, talking to Bills fans, watching his trash team, keep the game close. Guts, floor is back to you.
Buffalo might be filled with the most brain-dead Americans we have in this country. I'm not even joking when I say Buffalo, the IQ up there of the fans, specifically Buffalo Bills fans, is -0. I've been to multiple Dolphins games. I've been to all types of sporting events where I'm always at enemy territory, right? I've never been chirped by dumber people than the people of Buffalo. All I'm saying is you can't, you know, we went the whole game. The whole game was great, right? The game was fun. First of all, the little spots around Buffalo are kind of electric because it's literally just a football stadium in the middle of essentially a cornfield. Like there's nothing else there, just parking lots and spots to grill out, drink beer, which I absolutely love. But the fans themselves are just so stupid. I mean, they were trying to chirp me throughout the game. Didn't really work. Tried chirping me after the game. Like, you guys beat us only by 3. Bunch of bums. You should have beat us by 30. But realistically, the Dolphins should have won that game. I'm still not convinced that was a first down at the end of the game. I still think we should have got the ball back one last time with 30 seconds left. And Skyler could have had a chance to do something crazy. And I'm not going to go on about the refs because I hate doing that. But the refs were absolute fucking dog shit during that game. And they were clearly just so many bad calls for the Dolphins. It doesn't matter, though. Great game for the Dolphins. I'm happy with how the boys played. Love our future. Shout out to every Dolphins fan that was around me. I pretty much gave all of them my business card. So if they are watching this or if any of you are watching this, shout out to you. That was one of the funnest atmospheres I've ever had at a Dolphins game. I was hugging random guys, almost kissing them on the cheek. It was a great time. I loved it. I'm going to miss Dolphins football. I can't wait for it for next year. But the Buffalo Bills are going to get beat by a fucking billion points this week.
I mean, I disagree, but you bring up a good point. As a Pats fan, like, it is not hard to be the class of the AFC East. Like, the 3 other franchises are just absolute garbage fan bases that represent their garbage franchises. So yeah, like, as a Pats fan, the highest quality franchise in all sports, not hard to be the class of the AFC East. So I agree.
I'm not even going to get into it.
we'll move on there and talk about the
not even
agenda
gonna get
we got
into
coming up.
You think you're the
2 games
Clash
on
of that,
Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. Honestly, sometimes the best weekend of the NFL playoffs. And we got the Jags opening it up at Arrowhead versus Chiefs. 8.5-point underdogs, followed by another big dog, the Giants, going to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Eagles sat out last week. Chiefs sat out last week. Might be a little rusty. And then on Sunday, we got the Bengals going to Buffalo, just like Gus just said, take on the Bills. Everybody thinks it's going to be the Chiefs and the Bills, except for one guy in this room. And then we got the Cowboys on Sunday night versus the 49ers. First playoff win in what was that, 15 years or something? Insane. But we'll see how they match up against the Niners. 3.5-point dogs, the Cowboys are. But let's start with the Chiefs. Nobody's got skin in that game. And we'll just go down the top of the order. No BS. Talk to us about this game. I think it's going to be a shootout out in KC. But what do you think about this one?
So I'm taking 2 dogs out of these 4 games, and the Jaguars are not one of them. I'm going with the Chiefs. The Chiefs, Andy Reid is notorious for being excellent in when he has time to prepare for games, and especially with the week of rest to prepare for this game in the first drives. Like, he's scripting the game extremely well. I think the Chiefs jump out to a lead, and Patrick Mahomes is not going to let them climb back into the game. And Trevor Lawrence overall, I mean, what do you have, 4 or 5 interceptions last game? That's not going to fly against a team with a competent offensive head coach who will just run the ball instead of passing the ball in the second half to run down the clock and win the game. So I'm taking the Chiefs to cover, to win, dominate this game.
All right, starting out chalky. Guts, you gonna follow that up? You faded.
I just realized I've just seen the
comments.
comment.
We tried to tell you how electric the ball was going to be.
Outrageous here.
I'm just seeing them because I was in full screen. I didn't even realize I could see the comments. Okay, we'll go to that later. Anything, I'm not even gonna get into that, Scoop. This game's easy. This is an easy play. I think everyone can agree with me here. Jaguars team total over 20.5 points. You can get that on PointsBet right this second.
No free shout-outs, though.
No free shout-outs, though. No. Not a single free shout-out. But I will say I actually absolutely love this play. They've hit this at least 10 times this year. The Chiefs have let up at least 10 points, at least 20 points to every single team, over 11 times this year. We know that Chiefs defense is not as good as everyone thinks. It's still outside the top 20 in DVOA, still outside the top 20 in pass DVOA alone. It's not like they're out there being a bunch of superstars shutting down teams, and the fucking Jaguars have been absolutely rolling. I'm not sure if they're going to win the game, but I do think they're going to score minimum 21 points easily. That's maybe going to be my favorite play of the weekend. And if you're going to lock it in right now, because that thing's going to go above 21. It's going to move to 21.5. Probably right after we get done with this show, because I get stalked by bookies. I know it happens. I know you're listening. I know you are. 20.5. Go lock it in right now.
All right, lock it in now before it goes up. You heard the man.
It's going to go up.
No free shout-outs, though.
No free shout-outs, but I guarantee it goes up. PointsBet. Guarantee it goes up, though. No free shout-outs, but guarantee it goes up.
All right, West Coast West.
Yeah, Guts, I actually love that because that's absolutely insane. I was going to bring up this point. The Jags are averaging 27.6 or 27.4 points per game in the last 8. So that's basically free money. And I'm taking Jags plus 8.5. Actually, I'll buy the hook to 9 because the Jags are resilient and they're going to shock the world. They didn't bow down after being down 27. T-Law got all his playoff jitters out in that first half last game. He's going to come out. I could see Kansas City squeaking it out at the end, but not covering. They are known to be like escape artists. Fourth quarter, comeback. But I could see the Jags dominating the whole entire game, come down to the final 2 minutes of the game. Kansas City gets a late touchdown. They win by 6. Jags cover the 9. But maybe a little sprinkle on the money line because I could see the Jags shocking the world.
Yeah, there's just something about these Doug Peterson playoff games, He did it with the Philly special, and now we got Duval rocking. Who knows? I think they could go into Arrowhead.
Big Mo's on their side, and these Jags are resilient.
These
Just remember that word.
Couldn't have had a worse I think that was the worst first quarter in NFL history. Probably.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was
Yeah.
insanity.
But the dogs came out in the second half and they stood the test of time. They got the victory.
And it's fucking bullshit, dude. I hope the worst things happen to Brandon Staley because that bum has now fucked me in back-to-back years.
Yes, we should roll it back. What did I say last week? Worst coach in the NFL. I literally said that last
Dude, he's an idiot. He's an absolute brain dead moron. He fucked me out of the tie last year. I'll go to my grave remembering that bad.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, who's dog hype?
I want to offer promotion of your channel. Viewers, followers, views,
wow.
chatbots.
Yeah, definitely. We're really interested. Fuck off, buddy.
We're
All I'm gonna say is that we should have gotten that tie last year. It should have been it was like plus whatever it was. That should have hit last year. But Brandon Staley calls that timeout because he's a brain dead moron, and then he blows a 30-point lead.
Shook.
What did I say? We'll roll back the tape from last week, Guts.
But that's what the Jags
You don't
do.
listen to old man Lycan. You never listen.
You can't blow a 30-point lead at half.
Duval till we die.
All right, Lloyd, you want to get in on this? Jags?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with pretty much everybody. I mean, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs; they don't cover big spreads. You look at the Texans, you look at the Titans, you look at the Broncos. They struggle against really, really big spreads, especially in the playoffs. And I would take them. The only bad part about them is the Jags secondary is horrible, and Patrick Mahomes has a million weapons he can throw to at all times. Team total wise for the Jags, I do like that play. My favorite play in this game is Travis Kelce over 81.5 yards for a player prop. He's gone back-to-back games under 45 yards, first time all season.
Law of averages.
And I mean, him and Mahomes, they link around the divisional time of the year, and they start going off together. So Travis Kelce over 81.5 yards against a really shitty Jags secondary is the best play in this game, in my opinion.
All right, love it. Yeah, I mean, law of averages there with Travis Kelce, right, Guts?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a system play.
I'm on the Jags as well. I can't get off the train. Last weekend, I mean, Guts, you know how I am when I take a bet. I'm never gonna waver. I'm never gonna give up on it unless it's given to me by Wes or you.
Wow.
But if it's my play, I'm gonna talk shit till I die, until the last whistle blows.
Yeah.
I was talking shit. I was out watching the game. I was talking shit to everybody who was on the Chargers at halftime. After Trevor Lawrence threw his fourth pick, I was still talking shit, and the game turned around. And it was an epic win. So I can't get off the train. I hope they go down 40 and they come back from 40. That would be the sweetest thing ever. But I'm on the Jags too. This guy said, who's this guy up here? This guy said, money line's a donation, Wes. That's what he said to you. And I said, it's a donation to the Brinks truck. We're pulling it all the way out to KC, and we're loading it up. Every last red cent and Arrowhead's going in the Brinks truck. And then Trevor Lawrence is going to drive it. Guest driver.
Bryce is already making the drive right now.
Yep,
yeah, but Trevor Lawrence is going to drive it home. Guest driver.
Guest driver.
And then we're going to Waffle House.
Yeah, and then we're going to Waffle House.
Oh, dude, I saw that.
Buying a Waffle House.
I've never been to Waffle House. I'm down to go.
Oh, T-Law is taking us.
It's not bad. There's certain situations where you can go to Waffle House. I wouldn't call it like a top of the list destination, but there's certain places. You know what I mean?
Waffle House? It's like the most murders.
Oh, it's like a late night 3 a.m. type thing, guys.
Yeah,
I think you see Waffle House on First 48 quite a bit. I just
know that people are always getting murdered at Waffle House. I know that for a fact.
You got to go strapped to Waffle House. You definitely got to go strapped.
You got to walk in there strapped up for sure. I'm always strapped. I'm always
probably not. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, probably not the best place to bring our Brinks truck.
No, that's definitely not. Actually, no. That might be the worst spot to bring the Brinks truck to.
Yeah,
maybe we bring an empty Brinks truck.
So we have to go on the opposite side of the spectrum. We'll just stop at like a Nobu along the way.
Yeah. We'll bring the Brinks truck to Nobu. Everybody will get it there. All right, let's move on though. We got the second game on Saturday. Giants Eagles. Danny Dimes, playoff Danny. You know, apparently the alcohol didn't affect him. I thought it might. I threw that theory out there last week, but hey,
he recovered well.
He recovered well.
What's that?
He recovered well.
He recovered well. I mean, it's good to see. His metabolism is great. Me and Rob were talking about it. If we know he went out Friday night, that was confirmed. If he had gone out 2 nights in a row, that's when it compiles. It probably would have taken him 7 days to recover. Then it would have affected him on Saturday. That's what a 2-day hangover does to you. It's a 7-day recovery. We already talked about that. But he recovered well. I mean, he might be, what is he, 25? He's young. He's metabolism. He probably went out after the Vikings game. Hell, he's having a great time. Giants are winning. No BS. We'll start with you. Who do you got in this one?
Oh, this is dog number 1 out of this slate. I like the Giants. I think the way the Giants' momentum is going, I like the way that they have a strong run game. Their defense looks good, and that's what you need for an upset. And I also like that Danny Dimes, the Vikings defense is not very good, but the fact that he dominated on the ground and through the air, I think bodes well for the Giants. And the Eagles, on the other hand, I think they ended, they won 14 games, but they ended the season pretty poorly, I think. And I think it would have been better if they didn't have the bye, honestly, and got to beat up on a bad team round 1. I think all this time off is really not in their favor, except for health. But overall, for the play, I think the Giants are ready to go in this divisional game. So I like the Giants spread for sure. I think they actually have a chance to win this game. So I'm interested in a little bit potentially on the money line. But I think it's upset time. Giants are making another run from a low seed.
All right, I love it. I mean, Giants are a big dog in this spot. I think pretty good value coming off last week and the talent they have. And I feel like they're just a hungry team. They're young, they're hungry, they want to win. West Coast West, originally a Bergen County guy. I know you got Giants in your blood, but now you're on the West Coast. Well, I mean, you took a trip down to Duval, so you got some jagging off in your blood too. But now you're on the West Coast. Who do you got in this one?
I've never been a Giants fan, even though I grew up 15 minutes from Giants Stadium. I'm Duval till I die. But Giants looked red hot last week. Daniel Jones looked like a young white Mike Vick out there.
Wow.
But don't be fooled by that Giants offense and defense. Adoree Jackson came back. He had a pretty good game on the defense. But I think it's going to be regression for the Giants. That was their Super Bowl last week. They got their one playoff win. DJ is all hyped up by the organization, franchise quarterback. Let's keep him around for a little bit longer. Philly's a really hostile environment to go into, especially if you're a Giants fan. Nobody wants to go down there.
Oh, yeah.
Philly people are ruthless. Like, I wouldn't want to be going to the link to go play them. I think they're going to show up. Meek Mills, they're going to play Dreams and Nightmares in the background. They're going to have the Giants shaking in their pants. And the Eagles are going to come out, win by like 14.
Tough place to play. I know the link. I know the link very well.
Yeah,
I love the link.
Yeah, it's a great place. As long as you're rooting for the right team.
Sure.
So you're on the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
win 34-20.
There it is.
All right. Guts?
34-20. Let me just knock this question out of the way real quick for the chat. Maybe I'm missing something. And this was Merck. He said, awful waffle. Is there a such thing as bad waffles? Can you make a bad waffle?
Not sure. No, I've never had one.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
I'm just simply not sure if I've ever had a bad waffle. So I don't know how a place called Waffle House have bad waffles. That can't
It's
be
a
true.
nickname for Waffle House.
Nickname
That's
for
what
a
Dalton
waffle.
said.
Thank you.
See, how would I know? Okay. Learn something new every day.
So is Waffle House good or bad?
Yeah, wait a minute. That seems like that's not what I want. I want to go to a place called Awful Waffle.
It's pretty
Dude,
confusing.
I can't lie. I've never been to Waffle House. I've only been to IHOP.
Wow.
Yeah,
2 guys
IHOP's
who've never been to Waffle House.
Now,
That's
IHOP goes crazy. but
IHOP
Waffle
goes
House,
crazy.
I've never been.
Well,
Never been to Waffle
IHOP's more of a Sunday morning type.
Yeah, we need a ranking system.
Waffle House is more of a late Saturday night, early Sunday morning.
It keeps you on your toes too. You can get robbed. You
But
can get
Waffle
robbed
House-
at IHOP.
Absolutely.
It's got to be good if Trevor Lawrence and Duval is heading there after a dub.
Oh, he kicked everybody out of that place. I guarantee there were no customers in there.
Well, but also, I think that's where people eat in Jacksonville. I don't really think like Trevor Lawrence went there to be funny. Like, I think that's just one of the only like 5
Yeah.
restaurants.
From what I hear too, Jacksonville's not really a place you want to be. You know,
Not-
a bunch of weirdos.
You've never been. Jacksonville's the greatest place in the world.
Listen, Wes,
Whoa.
as a Miami fan, this is just what I hear through the tunnels. It's just what I heard. The
I'm
grapevine.
telling you, it's an
That's
up-and-coming
just-
city. Up-and-coming city.
Just what I've heard. They're eating people down there.
That's-
All right,
that's-
guys, who you got on this game?
If I took you to the Jack's Beach bars, you would be friends with everybody there.
Jack's Beach bars are good. I've been there.
Jack's beach bars are electric.
Can
I've
I
been
wear
there, yeah.
my flamingo button up?
Lake Bordeaux had too much fun in Jacksonville that they had to kick him out.
The boat.
The boat.
Shout out.
All right, guys, who you got on the game?
Sorry,
Enough
we got a little
waffle.
off track there. That's on
I
Mert
got
for
a
bringing
dude
up
named
awful
Blake as
waffle.
well. If your name is Blake and you play quarterback, you're probably really good. So
Anyways, in this game, I really probably won't be taking a side. I do lean the Eagles because I think that they're probably going to win the Super Bowl. But my favorite bet right now, if you can find it somewhere, I could not find it yet. So I'm going to wait a little bit and see if I can find it in a book. But Barkley over 3.5 receptions, or I will end up just taking his receiving yards. It's going to be one of the two. The Eagles are so bad. One of the worst teams in the league at guarding running backs that catch balls all the time. Saquon, obviously, he can catch anywhere from 2 to 10 balls in a game. It just all really depends who they're going up against. The first time they played, he only had 2 receptions, 2 yards. There's no way that's going to happen again, especially in a game this big with this magnitude. I think there's going to be so many times where he just steps back, any dimes, just dumps it off to Saquon to just try to get some yards because they know they're going to need yards at all time. Try to get yards every single play, especially against this defense. Keep the offense off the field. Like I said, we know how bad the Eagles defense has been against receiving backs, and I expect to continue here. Either Barkley over 3.5 receptions or Barkley over receiving yards, which is like 22 to 25.5 everywhere right now.
All right, another player prop. Seems like you're scared of the spreads.
Well, the last one was a team prop. Get it right.
Seems like you're scared of the spreads.
I'm just saying.
All right. I've never known you to be scared of the spreads, guys.
No one's scared over here.
All right.
We're gutsy. This is what we do.
Lloyd, what you got?
I got the Eagles minus 7.5. First thing I want to nip this in the bud. The Vikings defense is so bad that it's really not even funny. And Danny Dimes is not even going to have a chance to do this against the Eagles secondary, who have the best corner duo and Darius Slay and Bradbury in the entire league. And they're only going to be able to run the ball. He's going to be dumping them off to Saquon. I agree with that. I also like Jalen Hurts over 51.5 rushing yards. I don't think Nick Sirianni with his shoulder is going to be making him win this game with his arm. So I like him over rushing. The Giants suck against the run. Look for them to be able to run the ball over the Giants. When they did last game, it was 48-22 when they played this game, and it was in New York. It's going to be really ugly in Philly. And I like them minus 7 and Jalen Hurts over 51.5.
All right. So everybody's on the Eagles, huh?
Yeah, Miles Sanders is about to eat.
Don't. Hey. Barkley over.
So everybody's on the Eagles, huh?
Dude, the Giants have no chance. Tell me how they have
I'm gonna throw something out here, and I'm sure you've heard this before.
Let's see if it sticks.
How many times do the Eagles beat the Giants in the regular season?
Twice.
How hard is it to beat a team 3 times in one year?
Not very hard. The
Hard.
Bengals just did it. Not very hard. It's not very hard.
How hard is it to beat a team 3 times in 1 year? The Seahawks are an absolute joke. Geno
So
Smith
are the Giants.
The Giants aren't a joke, dude.
Yeah, they are.
The Giants have a good defense. Like you forget the fact what they did last weekend in Minnesota.
Dude, but the Eagles run the football. That's what they do. They run the football and then open up play action. The Giants are fucked with that. There's no way they stop it. They can't stop the run.
The Giants have seen their entire playbook twice.
You say the same thing about the Bengals in a Ravens game.
But you still can't stop it.
I did say the same thing about the Bengals and the Ravens, and the Ravens should have won that game.
No, they should not have won.
What?
I actually agree with
that. A 98-yard fumble return from the 2-yard line.
Yes,
Tyler Huntley can absolutely fuck himself.
And Tyler Huntley sucks.
Yeah.
Jalen
If they had any quarterback that was good whatsoever, they would have won the game.
I gotta get this out of here.
Tyler Huntley still got the job done.
Tyler Huntley played well. I just thought they should have handed off the ball. It was at the
give it
one.
to Dobbins.
Very obvious.
It wasn't like a half-yard line.
J.K. Dobbins was not very happy.
He did.
No, he was going off.
Yeah, he played good.
Honestly, it was kind of a far stretch, dude. It was like almost 1.5 yards.
Yeah, that was like a 2-yard stretch. And that idiot Tyler Huntley, he's probably from Buffalo, how dumb he is. He really thought that he scored that touchdown.
He thought he was Michael Jordan in Space Jam.
He really thought he scored. He's
only some airbud type shit.
No, you didn't score.
Wasn't even close. But yeah, I'm on the Giants. I'm on the spread. Like I think they cover the spread easily. But I'm gonna put some money on the money line too. I think the Giants win this game. I don't think it hurts the Eagles, the fact that Jalen hasn't played in 5 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is, and now they had a week off to come into the playoffs. Like, I'm definitely nervous if I'm Eagles fans. Like, playing a hot team, healthy team, great running back, quarterback who's on fire, decent defense. I don't know.
But like also,
I've seen some magical things happen in Lincoln
like-
Financial. I've witnessed some magical things. Granted, it might have been 100 Army Navy games, but the magical things happen in Lincoln Financial.
Shout
All
out
right,
the over.
we'll see.
fair enough.
We will see. All right, Sunday. Lloyd, we'll let you lead off on this one. Bengals traveling to Buffalo, plus 5.5.
All
What
right.
we got?
All right. I want to say this first. Okay. Everybody probably thinks that Cincinnati sucks right now. Okay. I'm just gonna because everybody does. Okay. I've already heard that they're selling tickets to the AFC Championship game in Atlanta. I've already heard it. Okay. Everybody thinks that we suck right now because I get it. Our offensive line is hurt. No Kappa, no Williams, and no Leo Collins. They're all probably not going to play. Okay. I get that. That sucks. Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times last year in the divisional round against Tennessee. We still found a way to get it done. Okay. Josh Allen turned the ball over 5 times against Miami. He threw 2 picks, had 3 fumbles. Only 1 was recovered by Miami. If they recover those other 2, Miami wins that game. Gutsy, you agree with me?
We should have already won, but yes, I agree.
Okay. Dude, this is absolutely black. The stuff I'm seeing on social media is pissing me off so bad. If you don't think the Bengals plus 5.5 is the biggest lock of your entire life, this is ridiculous. Joe Burrow has never been an underdog in his entire life. He just said it on ESPN 3 seconds ago. And this game is going to be so close. I don't know if the Bengals are going to win. I really don't. The Bills might win this game. Okay, I think the Bengals are going to win, but the Bills could easily pull this off. If you don't think the 5.5 is the biggest lock you'll ever see in your entire life, you are a dumb ass. I swear you. I'm not joking. I just fucking know that they're going to cover the spread. They might not win, but they are covering the spread. No doubt. I don't give a shit if it's snowing. I don't give a shit. Bengals plus 5.5. Nuke it. Nuke it all. I'm taking the money line, but you guys should nuke it because it's a fun.
So gets the jitters, pulls it right.
Oh, no. Because Josh Allen's going to throw 9 picks in the end zone. So it doesn't matter.
We'll see. All right, Guts. You want to follow this one up?
Not even close.
I would love nothing more than to follow up Lloyd. All I'm going to say is, first of all, the Bills are lucky this game is not in Cincinnati, or Josh Allen might die because they'd have to play in Santa Anita, and they should burn Cincinnati's stadium to the ground. That's a side note. To the game itself, it's pretty obvious.
Unbelievable. What? You say it every week. That's unbelievable.
Santa Anita. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen here. The Buffalo Bills fucking stink. Not only do they stink, Josh Allen is a fraud. That guy sucks. Oh, he gets 4 75-yard throwing touchdowns. Yeah, because he throws the ball 80 yards 13 different fucking times throughout the whole game. But you know what happens against the red zone? Dude sucks. Dude turns it over literally 50% of the time, basically. Turns the ball over so much, but no one ever talks about it because they always get bailed out in some way. I cannot reiterate how the Dolphins should have won last week. It's insane that the Bills still won that game. They're lucky, of course, that they scored with 10 seconds left in the second quarter before the halftime. All because why? Because they just chucked the ball. Every single big play that the Bills had that was against the Dolphins was literally a 75-yard throw. Josh Allen backs up, throws it in the air, and hopes for the best. The dude stinks. The Bills are going to get beat. I'm going to say that the final score of this game is going to be 45 to 21. Bengals. It ain't gonna be close. It's a rout.
Right. It's really
that's a non-bankroll play there.
If you watch Josh Allen and you actually think off of last week that he is a legitimate Super Bowl caliber quarterback, you have no idea what
Josh Allen's a bum that no one ever wants to say is a bum, but he turns the ball over more than literally every single other quarterback in the league, especially in the red zone.
Like, he's horrible. And Joe Burrow never turns the ball over. Never. He never throws any picks. The Bengals secondary has been elite the back half of the season. The Bills have no
except for Eli dog shit Apple.
No shot to win this game.
Get Eli Apple out of the league.
It's actually insane that man still has a job.
Yeah, it is. Well, and the
fact
that
Seth, who you got on this one?
Even though Lloyd and Gutsy have disagreed with my last pick. This is my second dog.
Let's
I
go.
agree
Bro.
with everything they're saying. I mean, to say it, it's the Bengals last week. They need a turnover. They take care of the ball during the game. They get the turnover. They're imposing the turnovers. Josh Allen is giving up the turnovers. He can't throw passes in the red zone. He struggled. He was an MVP front runner for the first about 8 weeks of the season. Then he starts throwing picks. He has not been the same since he lost that game against the Vikings, where I turned it off when they had the ball at the 1 yard line. He fumbles. That he's been struggling in the red zone. He's been making mistakes. I think the Bengals are too talented. I mean, in terms of offensive talent, they got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Hayden Hurst, Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow. Everything's looking good on the defense. I think Josh Allen is going to make too many mistakes. And I like the Bengals again. I think the Bengals have a good shot to win this game as well. And maybe it's this is, and again, the Bengals, they have to win now. They have so many players on rookie deals that I think they're extremely motivated. Their window to win a championship with all these rookies is now. So I think that the Bengals are motivated. They're going to take over and they're going to beat Buffalo.
Yep.
All right.
What's your
All
score
right.
prediction?
We got three
Score
Cincinnati
prediction.
Bengals.
I think they win by I think it'll be like, I'll go 27-20
I'll
for the
go
All right,
30,
some Bengals
30,
backers
30,
across the
30,
board.
30.
West Coast West.
I think Lycan, you know where I lay with this one.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna use
that
that
too.
This is a big pros versus Joes game, and you guys seem like a bunch of Joes out there right now.
Big pros versus Joes game.
And I am the only pro, I guess, in the chat right now. And give me Bills -5.5 to the bank. Bryce, listen. If you're listening,
Shut it off,
back up
Bryce.
the Brinks truck. Bryce. And I'll take you to Nobu with the winnings as well. Because we are going. Give me the Bills 5.5. I don't even have to say anything else. The only two categories that the Bengals dominated in time of possession and penalties. Besides that, the Bills dominate in every other category. So I don't even want to hear it. Let Josh Allen sit back there. He'll be throwing 70-yard bombs all fucking night, and I'll take it. That's it. That's all you're gonna have to do because your secondary is terrible. The Bengals are trash. So I'll take
Whoa! What?
the public's all over the Bengals. I'm sticking with the pros on this side. And
Can you talk about how it was going to be 14-3 in Cincinnati before DeMar Hamlin went down?
That was 2 weeks ago.
We had the same offensive line.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago, though.
So I actually
Josh Allen's only played worse. He's only played worse.
Wes, I'm on your side here. I'm on your side. I'm hammering the Bills -5.5.
Yes.
Hammering them. And
Dude.
there's a couple reasons here. One, you guys keep talking about Josh Allen throwing picks. He threw more picks last year. Where'd they end up? Like nearly in the fucking Super Bowl. If it wasn't for that loss to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, but they didn't. The Bengals ended up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because the Bengals played an overexhausted Chiefs team. They were on a lucky run. Whatever.
Well, we were down 21-3, but okay. I mean,
Whatever. I mean, the Bengals had a great run. They were good last year. They were good. But the Bills, I think, were better. I think the Chiefs were better. Chiefs won that game 9 out of 10 times last year. But also, I thought someone was in the water with Josh Allen. I've always thought something was in the water. You know, I don't really hate him as much as I hate the Bills. I kind of like him, and I'm a Pats fan, so I was like, this is kind of weird. I don't really liking this guy. This article comes out on ESPN last night about all the stories that led up to Josh Allen becoming the MVP caliber QB that he is. And guess what? He grew up a Tom Brady guy. Tom Brady was his idol, and everything clicked. I was like, I knew there was something about Josh. He's a winner. He's a Pats fan. He's cut from the same cloth. He's a winner. And winners don't lose to Cincinnati at home in Buffalo. Tom Brady guys don't lose to Cincinnati in Buffalo. He's going to go off. He's going to have 5 touchdowns. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Joe Burrow loved Tom Brady.
He's a Tom Brady guy. We're cut from different cloths.
Every quarterback coming up loves
perennial losing franchise. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, God.
All right. Bills to the bank. I mean, we might on the scoop next Thursday, we might have to have a gutsy court of law and hold you guys accountable.
We won't need it.
Well,
we won't need it.
I'll take the oath right now. I will be on the stand next week.
Yeah, I mean, I think you will be. Pros
I'll be
versus
the
shows.
judge.
Pros versus shows. All right.
Pros goes.
Let's get to the last game. Sunday night. The buzz of the NFL, the Cowboys, plus 3.5, going out to San Francisco. We'll start at the top. Wes, you're at the top right now. You're a West Coast guy too, so we'll start with you. What do you think?
Give me Dak and the boys. I'll take the Cowgirls, whatever. You know what? Because I know Brock Purdy isn't going to come out and have the game that he had last weekend. Yeah, I get the Niners are stacked offense, defense. But Brock Purdy hasn't seen a defense like the Cowboys. They're going to be pressuring him left and right all day. Parsons is going to have probably like 4 or 5 sacks, and he's just going to be an absolute menace. And Brock hasn't seen adversity like this yet. So give me the Cowgirls to the bank money line and plus 3.5 all day.
All right, Cowgirls guy. Blake, you're next on the list here. Who we got?
My next up. All right, man. I disagree with Wes. I like the Niners a lot. I have 2 plays that I like in this game. The first one is the Niners minus 3.5. First thing, man, is the Niners run the football. I mean, they average 168 rushing yards in the 11-game win streak that they're on right now, and the Cowboys suck against the run. They're ranked 25th in the league in the bottom tier. Their secondary is elite. I do get it. Purdy could struggle against that. Micah Parsons could get him 1 or 2 times for sure. But with the best play caller in the NFL and all the weapons that they have, man, they just run the ball and open up the play action. You saw it last week with Ayuk across the middle and Kittle up the seam. Both those, and I love McCaffrey over 66.5 rushing yards, and I'm willing to bet that Dak throws a couple picks. He does this every other week thing, loses to Sam Howell, then he beats Tom Brady, and then now he's got to put in Niners, whose defense is loaded. He's not going to have the game he had last week at all whatsoever. That Tampa Bay team was in a debacle last week. I'll take the Niners minus 4, McCaffrey over 66.5 for anybody that wants a prop in that game. I love that, man. He's been cooking lately, so take that one if you want it.
Yeah, I like that prop too. McCaffrey's been absolutely unbelievable. All right, no BS. Seth?
I'm smashing the Niners.
Yeah.
They're my
Niners
Super Bowl
guys.
team.
Ah.
And the thing is, and what Wes is saying is like maybe Brock Purdy doesn't have a game like he had last weekend or the previous 6 weeks where he had the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL, but he doesn't have to do anything to win this game. Last week, both defense were playing fast. You saw the Cowboys take advantage of that with Tony Pollard instead of Zeke. And I don't think Tampa Bay had someone like that. Fournette and White aren't that caliber. McCaffrey is fast enough to run away from this Dallas defense. The play action, like Lloyd was saying, if you're flying to the ball, play action is gonna mess you up. And they've got Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, having a tight end that can block like Kittle can, a veteran. I think if Gronk was there for Tampa Bay last week, that makes a different game. I think the 49ers have their version of an elite tight end. And my favorite play for this game is Niners money line with Brock Purdy over 200 pass yards. That gets you to even money. And if, Brock Purdy's going to have to hit it, I think, for the Niners to win. So that's my play. I think, 49ers to the Super Bowl. And, of course, they got to win this week to get there.
Wow. Niners Super Bowl call, huh? Snuck that one in there.
They're winning it all.
Just
All right.
remember,
All right.
Niners are the biggest liability for the sports books. So I don't know. Take that how you want.
Is it Ray Guts?
I'll tell you what it is. There's been a lot of.
What are you doing over there? Are you out of breath?
I'm not looking forward to talking about this because I've been at the bad end of Brock on Brock crime way too many times this year.
Same.
And it may happen again because if you think I'm not taking the Cowboys here, you're
Pros versus
absolutely out of your fucking mind. Of course I'm taking the Cowboys. 2 top 3 defenses in the league going at it here. You're basically going Dak versus Brock fucking Purdy. I mean, the Niners offense has been absolutely solid, but the Cowboys offense also has been very solid. And yeah, Dak's been turning the ball over a little bit too much. He made some dumb plays, but that offense has been just so grown together over the past couple of years. They're more tight than this Niners offense is. I don't care. With Brock Purdy at the helm, it's not the same offense, even with how they've been doing. I know they've been absolutely tearing it up, but I'm not buying it. I haven't bought it yet. It's fucked me already 3 times this year. It might fuck me a 4th, but I don't give a shit. Cowboys, money line, keep the points.
Dude, I mean, my thing is, so I feel like, last game I kind of had a theory. It may or may not have been sound logic behind my theory. This game, I think I have a theory, and it's built on sound logic. Dan Quinn is probably the best defensive coordinator in the league. I think a lot of people back up that take. He probably should have a head coaching job. I think he's the top defensive coordinator. If you agree that Dan Quinn is going to find a way to stop the run and plug up all the big holes that Kyle Shanahan, creates with his scheme, if you agree that Dan Quinn is going to stop the run, then you're betting on Brock Purdy to beat the Cowboys through the air. That's a pretty bold bet. I mean, he's done well so far, but everything he's done, he's been put in great situations because Kyle Shanahan can run the ball 5 yards a carry. Like when you're in that situation and you have to put 7 players in the box, obviously on a play action, Brock Purdy can make a 20-yard throw down the field. I think he's a solid quarterback, right? He's a good college quarterback. He was pretty underrated, got unlucky in college. But I don't think if they stop the run, I don't think they're beating the Cowboys. I don't know. Maybe that's just my logic. Maybe that's just my take, but that's what I'm thinking about for this game. Any add-ons there?
Yeah, Gutsy, I just got to say this real quick. The Brock on Brock, man, I can't believe you're doing this right now. I mean, he grew up in Iowa. He's a detasseling guy. He's out there picking, dude. And you're picking against
detasseling guy.
Don't earmuffs, Guts. Earmuffs.
Unbelievable.
It is tough, though.
Crazy what I'm here right now.
It's just like my guy here. It's just like my guy right here. I took TCU. Why do you think I backed my boys, huh? Was a fucking corn picker. Just like me. He was out in the farms just like I was. 4 a.m, work your ass off, blue collar guy. Duggan got beat by 1 million and embarrassed me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that shows you how far that gets you.
The hell's that? Is that a shot at the farmers?
No. I was just making a general statement.
Sounds like a shot at the farmers to me.
I was just saying what I saw happen. All right, let's go. Let's go bonus segment here.
Oh wow!
Super Bowl pick. I think we did it last week. I forget who everybody. I think I said the Niners, and now I'm betting.
I took
on the
Eagles
Cowboys
last week. I'm taking them again.
Doesn't make sense, but Guts. We'll start at the top with you. Fins are out. Your whole see you in February dead, absolutely dead.
Whoa! What the hell?
Cooper threw me off when he said fins are out. It literally made me throw my hands up and smack his thing, and all the shit just fell over.
Well, yeah, last week I remember you taking the Fins, and everybody was laughing, and you said, see you in February. We can pull it. Can we rewind the tape, John?
John, keep the tape in a vault for next February. Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. They're my favorite team coming into the thing, obviously, besides Dolphins. But I think the Eagles are actually going to win it. I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy. Bonus on top of the bonus, Sabres to win the Cup.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Sabres?
Out of left
Buffalo
field.
Sabres.
I saw that video today. I think you're absolutely out of your mind. This is the Bruins Cup to lose, my guy.
I actually think the Devils might take it. Even though
the Bruins are on pace to be like the best NHL team in history.
Yeah, that East is tough though.
It don't matter.
I just wanted to throw that little tidbit in there. They're like plus 20,000 or something.
Nobody asked for it, but you threw it out there.
I think it was like plus 10 or 20,000. It was a lot. It was huge.
Did you put it in?
Put in the vault.
I'm actually going to bet it. I don't bet futures very often, but I legitimately think that if there's going to be an NHL team that just beats the best teams, it's going to be this Sabres team.
Interesting.
All right. Let's
not many people who have watched as much hockey as I have in this world. I'll tell you that.
No, I mean, not many. Let's see the ticket. Just like I did with Michigan.
Well, I haven't bet it yet. I haven't bet it yet. I just fuck me.
Futures can turn into a beautiful game.
Bruins banged. But yeah, I do. That was a bonus. Sabres to win the Cup.
Who are the Bruins playing?
They're playing the fucking dog shit Rangers.
Did you bet on the Rangers?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I stayed away from that one. All right, Wes, Super Bowl.
I'm gonna run it back. You already know the Cowgirls. Give it to me.
Wow. Cowboys Bills would be a hell of a narrative for the Super Bowl.
Dude, I think it's
So
written. The universe, I see it. I see it in the clouds. I see it right now. Cowgirls.
Isn't it raining in LA?
No, it's actually beautiful. Today's beautiful.
Oh, he is. All it did was rain while I was there, and Wes didn't inform me that it was cold as the fucking Antarctica out there. You know how cold it gets in LA? Why do you think I bought this? Bro,
It was frigid.
negative
It was
20.
honestly, I had to break out the winter coat that day, and that's probably twice a year, maybe.
Yeah, it was about, and I couldn't even go see Wes. They absolutely lock you down that city. They're like, no, you can't go through here. You don't have a fucking ticket to get over here. What are you trying to do? Get over here for? I'm like, I just want to see my boy. They're like, no.
That place it has micro cities in that place.
Literally, it's four or five different cities.
Five.
Yeah,
It's 5 levels, and you barely can get down 2. You'd miss the whole game.
Crazy.
All right. Well, Lloyd, I mean, I think we know where this is going, but
The original.
Bengals, Niners, Super Bowl, bonus pick, Joe Burrow, Super Bowl MVP, because he will be. And if he doesn't win it, then it's going to be Brock Purdy. So take those and head yourself to the Brinks trunk, the nearest one.
The nearest one.
all right, Seth.
I gotta go
Yours are out.
49ers facing the Chiefs, in my opinion. Just think the Chiefs have the easiest path. You got to beat the Jaguars, who, I know some people here think they're going to give them a game, but I think it's going to be 49ers taking it home. Brock Purdy, just the salt on his team. Not very good on his own. You don't want to eat a spoonful of salt, but it makes everything else better. Kittle, Ayuk, Debo. He loves to watch his teammates run with the ball. And when you're just throwing 5-yard passes and sitting back there watching them run, that's all it takes to win a Super Bowl.
All right. My pick. Everybody's counting my guy out, and they've never seen him. We've never seen a guy who's been eliminated from the playoffs win the Super Bowl, and I think that's just the last checkbox on Tom Brady's resume. Give me the Bucs. Give me Tom Brady. Super Bowl MVP.
Give me the Bucs.
What
They'll
the
find a
hell
way
is
to
that
cheat.
there?
It's the only thing he hasn't done. It's the only
cheat
thing
his
he
way
hasn't
in there.
done. No, I got I think I like. Oh man, it's between the Cowboys and Bills. I kind of like the Bills just because of the narrative and Josh Allen. Finding out Josh Allen was a Tom Brady guy last night absolutely swayed me. I'm probably gonna take the Bills. I just feel like it's their year to get over the hump. They've been knocking on the door for 2 years. The whole franchise is in desperation mode. Guts, give us a quick bonus segment here. Give us a feel for the Bills franchise right now. What's their mind state going into this? Like what? If they lose this weekend, is there gonna be a ripple effect? Are people gonna, off themselves? What's going on?
If the Bills lose?
Yeah.
When the
Bills
Kind
lose.
of a vibe check on the whole organization and the franchise and the fans as a whole. Like, do you smell desperation? Do you smell anxiousness?
I smell a lot of desperation, and it's going to be a desperate move, and they're going to get rid of somebody big if they lose here.
Oh,
I
Tom
bet they
Brady to
panic.
Buffalo.
I
TB12
bet
to
they
Buffalo. Book
Yeah, I
it.
think Ken Dorsey's gone if they lose for sure.
I think they fire Ken Dorsey. I think they just absolutely all out panic because, like I said, and I can't reiterate this enough, Buffalo IQ very low, lower than West Virginia's. Okay, it's not going to get the job done. It's just
Their
not going to do it.
their brains are just filled with buffalo wings. That's it.
It's essentially it kind of like almost maybe comes up from West Virginia. I'm not really sure what West Virginia has
They
to
do
with
say
it, but
Buffalo wings go straight to your brain.
Well, they also love scamming you out there. Bunch of scammers. 50 wings for 30 wings for like $60. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ridiculous. Horrible place. They're going to fire Ken Dorsey. They're going to trade Stephon Diggs.
All right.
Wow.
If they lose. When they lose.
All right. Well, I mean, right now, I wish I knew that before I made my pick, but I'm sticking with my pick.
Hey, too late now. Yep. What are you going to do?
All right. Well, boys, this has been good. We'll circle back next week. We'll see how the bets pan out and how the predictions pan out.
Blackhawks bang.
And if you're in here and you're not on SoBet, I'm assuming everybody is. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Pays for itself. Gutsy, how many days are you in the green right now? 9 out of 10?
10 out of 11, isn't it? Or 9 out of 10? It doesn't matter. It's a lot.
Boyd's on a little streak down there too. Don't let the kid get hot.
Yo, we're 8 out of 11. 8 of 11 in the green, fellas. Don't kid it.
Don't let the kid get hot.
33 cents a
Don't let it
day.
get hot.
And it pays for itself.
All right, boys. See you next week. Or actually Monday. We're going to go to Monday.
Yeah.
Everybody on the feed. We're going to Monday. We're doing college basketball. We're doing recaps on Monday. Make sure you tune in Monday.
Shout
Tell
out
your
Kool-Aid Man.
family, tell your friends, tell your grandma. Let's
Shout
get
out,
her in
man.
the chat. Let's get her telling Gutsy he's sexy.
Shout out, Joe. Definitely get your grandma in here. She'll
Gutsy's a big grandma guy.
Big
Grandma
grandma
Guts,
guy.
huh?
They call me the MILF Slayer, Lloyd.
All
Hey,
right.
I know. I've been with you, buddy. I've seen it.
What about the Gilf Slayer?
Gutsy the Gill Slayer.
MILF Slayer.
All right,
that's good.
fellas.
Watch your grandmas. Hide your grandmas.
Hide all the wives.